guys, Tessa here. I am here today with Courtney and we are going to be doing a video on digestive health and psoas health. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. And just starting by going in with some light compressions. And with digestive health, like when you're doing your work, you want to work clockwise. You never want to work like counterclockwise. So just doing kind of little circles and doing nice consistent pressure, but I'm not applying a ton of pressure. A side note, this is actually this is really good for fertility as well, this kind of work. And after I kind of get in here with some compressions, I'm going to start with my oil. And again, you always want to do your work in a clockwise motion when you're doing this kind of work. So I'm just applying nice consistent pressure. And when I say work in a clockwise motion, you don't just have to, keep doing the same motion. You can kind of mix it up. You can do little circles, but just make sure that the general direction you're working in is clockwise. And this kind of work indirectly helps with low back pain as well. So it's a nice creative way to approach a client that would like something different. They're having low back issues. So if I were to go in with just one hand, it would be a lot harder to get the kind of pressure that Courtney needs to really get benefit from it. So I stack my hands. It's a lot easier for me as well when I stack my hands. And you can kind of mix up, your technique. You can do more sweeping motions, kind of combine different techniques to make the massage more enjoyable for you and your client or girlfriend, whatever. And after I kind of do this work for the digestion, I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time with this, but I'm going to start working my way into the psoas muscles on the right and left a little bit more. And I know a lot of body workers are kind of intimidated by this work, but it's really beneficial for your client. I find that this is a really nice angle to get into the psoas muscle. There's different ways you can do it, but because the psoas is so sensitive, you don't want to just dig your fingers in. So I just start by, I'm going in at an angle, and again, I'm stacking my hands so that it's easier for me. And I'm just kind of starting to work my way in there a little bit more. And you definitely just want to be mindful of your client's pain tolerance, because this is one of the most sensitive areas in the body to work on. And just with stacked hands, going back and forth, applying consistent pressure. And part of this is finding the muscle myself. just really paying attention. And once you kind of warm up the psoas, a really nice thing to do is active release. So your client can actually help you get in here a little more. Your client can help themselves. So once you feel confident that you're on the right spot, Courtney, I'm going to have you bring your right knee up a little bit, just bend, and then back out. And just, I'm applying nice consistent pressure, and do that maybe 3 times, nice and slow. And bring your knee up just a little bit more. And maybe like 2 more times. And you can rest your leg, and after that active release, I like to just kind of get in there again with my hands. And sometimes I'll just work my way around the hip a little bit. It's definitely all connected. And the key to this kind of work is using stacked hands. Trying to do this with my thumb or just using other techniques would be really hard for me. And I'm actually going to work my way into the front hip flexor just a little bit. And just nice upward sweeping motions, starting to get into that front hip flexor a little more. It's just a really nice addition to any psoas work. Sometimes this hip flexor on the front can kind of catch and make everything feel tight. And again, I just find this technique is easier for me and more effective for my client than trying to go in with my thumb or anything else. And this is kind of a nice transition. I'm going to grab my oil. You can just do, something a little more relaxing to finish off this work in the thigh, the quad. And I'm just grabbing and squeezing. And just trying to be nice and smooth. I'm going to go ahead and go into this psoas on the left side now. I'm just making sure that there's plenty of, might need a little more oil. And just applying a little bit more oil. And again, just going in at a nice angle. Stacking my hands. And applying nice consistent pressure, but not going in with too much pressure to start. And really just listen with your fingers to what's going on. That psoas muscle, it tends to get really tight on most people. And I do like to work my way around the hip as well. Once once everything begins to feel nice and warmed up, you will literally feel the muscle like warm up underneath your touch. I'm going to go ahead and find the psoas, and Courtney, I'm going to ask you to lift your left knee just slightly and back out and back up again and out, and like maybe 3 more times, nice and slow. And just applying nice, consistent pressure, pretty firm. And just one more time. Okay. And just, this is a really important spot to be checking in with your client and see how they're feeling. And just working my way around that hip before moving into that hip flexor on the front side on the left. One side might feel tighter than the other. You definitely want to be careful of overworking this area, but it's a really nice spot to include in this psoas work. And really, I'm using my core and my leg strength to do this work. My hands are just an extension. And just spending a little bit more time on this side. It feels a little tighter than the right. And I'm gonna go ahead and move to the other side and get into Courtney's left quad just a little bit. This usually feels really nice after any hip flexor or psoas work. And I'm just scooping up that muscle with both hands, nice, consistent, firm pressure. Kneading the muscle as you might knead dough. It's like the same feeling. And I'm actually going to finish this work how I started with just some nice gentle work in the abdominal area for the digestion. Tends to be very soothing as well. It's a nice way to end. And if you're going for a massage that's a little more relaxing, using nice broad strokes tends to feel really nice and soothing. And working clockwise. And just be really gentle with this area, but don't be afraid to, apply some pressure. This is just great work for anybody that has issues with digestion or elimination. just a few more little circles. And even here, I'm using my core, being mindful of how I'm holding my own body. And that is it for today. I want to thank you for joining us today. I hope that you enjoyed this video, and I hope that you have a great rest of your day.
Many of our subscribers don't see our videos. Make sure that you click the notification bell.
We have over 1,000 videos on Psychetruthpatrons.com, including our premium massage series, extended fashion haul modeling, ASMR massage and back tickling, behind the scenes, and more. Visit Psychetruthpatrons.com today. Our Patreon supporters also gain automatic access to Psychetruthpatrons.com with new exclusive videos each week and over 1,000 videos available now. Click the Patreon symbol in the middle of the screen.